filled with excellent examples of films that succeed due to Nutshell Technique mechanisms working behind the scenes. This book is truly a must-read for anyone at all serious about understanding the mystery behind what makes a successful screenplay work. Patrick Wright. Director, MFA in Filmmaking, Maryland Institute College of Art, and co-director, Johns Hopkins University and Maryland Institute College of Art Film Center. Part 1. The problem with 99% of screenplays. Chapter 1. The problem. Why another screenwriting technique? As a screenplay consultant and screenwriting instructor, I can tell you firsthand that 99% of amateur screenwriters fail to tell a story. These writers may know how to properly format a script, how to write snappy dialogue, and how to set the scenes. They may have an interesting character here and there, and perhaps some clever plot devices. But invariably, while they may have the kernel of a good idea for a screenplay, they fail to tell a story that works. What the 99% present instead is a situation. The solution lies in story structure. A misunderstood and often poorly conveyed subject, story structure is both the most difficult and the most important concept in screenwriting, accounting for about 75% of the screenwriter's creative effort. There's a central unifying system at work behind great screenplays. It consists of 8 requisite elements, and most importantly, essential interdependencies between these elements. I needed a straightforward way to convey to my clients and students what was not working structurally in their screenplays, and I wanted a roadmap to show them exactly how to fix things. I mapped out these 8 elements and their interdependencies and put it all on a 1-page form. I somewhat glibly labeled that first piece of paper, Screenplay in a Nutshell, and this approach became known as the Nutshell Technique. This dynamic system is the hidden structure behind the greatest screenplays. You'll find it working behind the scenes in Casablanca, Chinatown, The Godfather, and Pulp Fiction. Consciously or not, screenwriters, including Charlie Kaufman, Michael Arndt, and Diablo Cody, all incorporate its principles. There are people in Hollywood who are said to intuitively know story. What I'm doing is giving you a huge shortcut to story intuition. I hear some screenwriting theorists say their approaches are descriptive, not prescriptive. Well, in my workshops, the Nutshell Technique is prescriptive. Writers use it up front as a worksheet to get straight to the guts of their story and make sure it works before they've even started a screenplay or treatment. They identify the Nutshell Technique's 8 elements in their own story, and the Nutshell Technique form gives them a visual means to check whether or not the essential interdependencies are working together correctly. If the elements are all working, the writer knows that they have the basis for a structurally solid story. If the elements are not all working together, the writer knows they have a situation instead of a story, and they can see right on the form their options for how to transform their situation into a story that works. The Nutshell Technique doesn't make stories more alike or formulaic. It makes them better and more powerful. It pushes writers to find less predictable directions for their stories, making them more satisfying. Writers who use the Nutshell Technique find that figuring out this little bit of structure, just 8 things, frees them instead of restricting them. Setting up a sound structure from the get-go allows writers to write truthfully and without inhibition. The Nutshell Technique helps guide them to tell the story they originally intended to tell. You'll see the Nutshell Technique structure behind the vast majority of feature films released in the United States. Almost all will contain a version of these 8 elements. The Nutshell Technique interdependencies may not be working in the films 100% of the time, but often I find that had the story been tweaked so all 8 elements did work, it seems it would have been a better movie. This is not a comprehensive how-to book on screenwriting. Subjects such as screenplay formatting, dialogue.
To keep listening to this audiobook for free, click the link in the description. It will take you to a free Audible trial where you can listen to this and many other books for free for 30 days.